Good night, ma'am and friend. Thanks for the opportunity given to us, Group 5. Now, we will present about our material. The first from me about expressionalities and student with disabilities. Salsa about future of the special education, and AB about working with students who are learning challenge, and Wasunaria about given and talent student, and Ain about characteristic of given and talent student, and the last from Halima about working with given and talent student. Okay, the next I will explain about what is the meaning of expressionalities. The state or conditional of being expressional, rare of one of the kind, or usually explained. A few academic outsiders have been helpful source of insight into new media and culture, but they are significant by virtue of their expressionality, not their typicality. The next is what is a student with learning disabilities. Students with learning disabilities have difficulty acquiring basic skill or academic contact due to difficulty using or understanding spoken or written language. These difficulties may impact a student's ability to read, write, spell, think, speak, listen, or do mathematical. The next is characteristic of special education. When it comes to education, uh, every child is different. Some children learn best in a traditional school setting, while others need more specialist attention. Special education is designed to meet to the unique needs of students with disabilities and help them success in school and in life. Special education service can be provided in a variety of settings, including public schools, private school, and even at home. The level of service a student receives will depend on their individual need. Individualization instruction. Special education program are designed specifically for our student unique needs. This means that instruction is not one size fits all, but instead in tailored to the individual learner. A focus on strength. While all students have areas they need to work on, special education program also focus on building upon each student strength and interest. This helps them feel motivated and engaged in their learning process. The next, a time approach. Special education requires the involvement of multiple people, including teachers, specifically uh, therapists, and parents or guardians. This team work together to develop an individualized plan for each student's success. Each child with a disability is to have an individualized education plan. Are developed by a commit composite of the regular classroom teacher, the child, parents, the special education teacher, and other staff who may be helpful such as psychologists, speech therapists, or medical personnel. Describe the children's current level of academic performance and set goals for future development. And the teacher role in the process. Pada tahun 2004, pada tahun 2004, otorisasi ulang IDEA menetapkan proses baru untuk bekerja dengan anak yang mengalami kesulitan di sekolah. Perundang-undangan menciptakan suatu proses yang disebut respon terhadap intervensi yang dirancang untuk memberikan layanan kepada mereka yang mengalami kesulitan. Siswa sedini mungkin. Fitur-fitur utama RTI dirangkum di bawah berdasarkan karya Bradley. The first is universal screening, performed by school personnel early in the every school year to ensure that struggling students get instruction and support as early as possible. The next is use of high quality, research-based instructional structure on the approach. The next, monitoring the progress of intervention and assessing their effectiveness and achievement and performance. The next is use of the multi-level intervention system by increase intervention intensity starting with the general intervention, moving to secondary intervention perhaps in the small group, and then offering individualized and intervention. The last is careful documentation of the parent involvement throughout the process. School system receive special federal funds for each child with disabilities. So the process of the categorizing looms late in the school. Controversy reside, however, about the desirability of labeling per se and the validity of the current means for evaluating expressionality. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, my main friend. My name is Salsabila Madero with student number 2023-6040, and I'm gonna present my material about features of special educations. In this presentation, I'm going to explain about what is special education and also features of special education that include individual education plan, differentiated instructions, specialized support services, inclusive practices, and collaboration, and also legal framework and continuum of services. Okay, so what is special education? Special education is designed to meet the unique needs of students with disabilities. Its goal is to ensure that all students have equal access to an education that suits their abilities and needs. Now we see the features of special education. First is individualized education plan or IEP. So, IEP is a document developed for each student receiving special education detailing specific goals, services, and support needed. So, these features is need a collaboration between teachers, parents, and other professionals in developing and evaluating the student's IEP. The next one is differentiated instruction. So, differentiated instruction is a teaching strategy that adjusts content, process, products, and learning environment according to individual student needs. The purpose of these features is to maximize each student's potential by providing instruction that matches their learning style, interest, and ability levels. For example, like teacher can modify teaching material using technology and providing task choices. And the next one is specialized support services. These services mean like services that can help the student to learn, like the types of services is like occupational therapists, physical therapists, counselors, and the learning specialists. The role of support services itself is to helping student overcome physical, emotional, and academic barriers. So the feature this feature is important to promoting the holistic well-being of students. The next one is inclusive practices. So these features is the strategies and approaches that ensure students with disability learn alongside their non-disabled peers. These features has benefits as enhancing social acceptance, promoting diversity, and providing a richer learning environment. For example, like collaborative learning, curriculum adjustments, and teacher training. The next one is collaboration. The importance of collaboration between general and special education teachers is needed to teach students with disabilities, because these features is needed the role of parents and families in supporting their child's education. Collaboration with other professionals such as psychologists, counselor, and therapy specialists is also needed. Legal framework. Now, legal framework is include like students' rights, like to access to a free and appropriate education tailored to their individual needs. And the next one and the last one is continuum of services. The range of educational services available to meet the diverse needs of students with disabilities is the definition of these features. For example, like inclusive classrooms, pull-out programs, and special classes and special schools, like that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. My part is about working with students who are learning challenge. In the part, we have 6 points about working with students who are learning challenge. Is number one, identify the specific learning challenges that the student is facing, ADHD, dyslexia, etc. Number two, collaborate with parents, school counselors, and special education teacher to develop a personalized learning plan. Number three, provide accommodation such as extra time on test, preferential seating, or modified assessment. Number four, use a variety of teaching methods to cover two different learning styles. Number five, offer positive reinforcement and support to boost the students' confidence. And the last, number six, monitor progress closely and make adjustment to the learning plan as needed. Jadi dari 6 poin working with student who are learning challenge, kita sebagai guru kita harus mengidentifikasi dan memahami tantangan pembelajaran spesifik yang dihadapi oleh siswa. Seperti ADHD atau disleksia. Selanjutnya, kita harus berkolaborasi dengan orang tua, konselor sekolah, dan guru pendidikan lainnya khusus untuk mengembangkan rencana pembelajaran yang dipersonalisasi. Kemudian kita sebagai guru juga, kita harus memberikan akomodasi seperti waktu tambahan dalam ujian, tempat duduk istimewa, dan tugas yang diubah sesuai kebutuhan. Kemudian kita akan menggunakan berbagai metode pengajaran untuk memenuhi gaya belajar yang berbeda dan memberikan penguatan serta dukungan positif untuk meningkatkan kepercayaan diri siswa. Selain itu, kita sebagai guru, kita akan memantau kemajuan siswa dengan cermat dan melakukan penyesuaian terhadap rencana pembelajaran bila diperlukan. That's all of me. I will return to the moderator. Thank you.
Hello, ma'am and friends. My name was Sunaria Samaga. I will present about gifted and talented students. Gifted and talented students demonstrate above average talent in a variety of areas, including those defined by the Gifted and Talented Students Education Act passed by Congress in 1988, intellectual ability, creativity, leadership, and special talents in the visual of or performing arts. Many gifted students, particularly those who are at risk or those who are culturally different, are often under-identified because of bias in teacher expectations. At one time, gifted students were identified primarily through traditional IQ scores. Those with scores above 105 until 130 were perceived to have advanced cognitive functions and thus were considered gifted. That's all from me. Thank you, my friends.
Next is the characteristic of gifted and talented student. Characteristic of gifted and talented student refers to the traits, equality that are often observed in individuals who demonstrate exceptional abilities and potential in various areas such as academic, art, leadership, or other domains. Here are 10 characteristics of talented student. The first point is high intellectual abilities. Next, creativity and problem-solving skills. Motivation and perseverance. Next, rapid learning and information processing. Strong critical thinking skills. high level of curious and exploration, advanced language abilities, sensitivity to ethnic and moral issues, leadership qualities, and the last point is
Okay guys, I will explain about working with gifted and talent students. So working with gifted and talent students can be a thriving and challenging experience. These students have exceptional abilities and potential in one or more areas, such as academics, creativity, leadership, or the arts. So here are some strategy for a working activity with gifted and talent students. Okay, the first, identification and assessment and different and instruction and individual learning plan and enrichment activity, flexible grouping and sportive environment and collaboration with parents and guardians. Next, professional development. So how should a teacher deal with a gifted and talent students? So as a teacher, a gifted children take on active stance, be an advocate for gifted students, use lines, special lines, training to ensure the ability to meet the needs of gifted students, share personal interest with all students, although encourage and expand their words. So, what is the role of the teacher for gifted and talent children? So, apa peran kita sebagai guru kepada anak berbakat ini ya? Tentu kita sebagai seorang guru atau tenaga mengajar harus bisa memahami, merencanakan dan menerapkan serangkaian strategi berbasis bukti untuk menilai siswa berbakat ini tentunya. Nah, untuk membedakan pengajaran, konten dan tugas bagi mereka ini termasuk keterampilan berpikir kritis dan juga kreatif tingkat tinggi mereka sampai di mana gitu. Terus how to engage gifted student in the classroom. Nah, bagaimana kita bisa melibatkan siswa berbakat ini agar pada saat proses mengajar ini mereka tidak merasa jenuh atau bosan ya. Tentunya kita bisa gunakan konten collaboration dan juga kembangan pertanyaan terbuka ya. Nah, collaboration dan pertanyaan terbuka ini agar siswa berbakat ini merasa terlibat dalam kelas ya, agar mereka tidak merasa jenuh atau juga mereka tidak cepat bosan dalam proses belajar mengajar. Nah, konten kolaborasi ini adalah mereka bisa collaboration dengan teman sejawat mereka dan juga guru, dan mereka tentunya kita akan sebagai tenaga mengajar ini kita pasti kembangkan pertanyaan terbuka untuk mereka agar mereka bisa memberikan pendapat mereka secara critical thinking dan juga bagaimana mereka memahami materi yang nanti kita akan berikan dan juga mereka secara luas memberikan pendapat mereka secara kritis, entah itu dari teman mereka atau mereka sendiri ya, bagaimana mereka berargumen tentang pendapat mereka dan juga bisa memahami pendapat dari teman sejawat mereka. Nah, untuk bagaimana kita bisa melibatkan siswa berbakat ini dalam kelas ya, kita bisa menggunakan dua cara ini juga, ada yang lain tetapi kita bisa menggunakan cara kolaborasi dan juga pertanyaan terbuka sehingga saat proses belajar mengajar pun berjalan mereka tidak merasa jenuh dan merasa malas ketika sedang proses belajar mengajar itu berlangsung gitu. Thank you.
That's all from us Group 5, and thank you.